Why am I wearing red, you ask? Good question. The answer is that Mark Rothko, the famed abstract expressionist painter, is going to be portrayed this season by Dr. Octopus, or whatever his name is, from Spider-Man. Yeah. It's a play that originated in England by an American playwright, and it's called Red. Red. And it's about his time when he was commissioned to paint a series of murals for the restaurant The Four Seasons. And it's about his worrying and about his torment, and yeah. It starts April 1st at the John Golden Theater. I think we like these colors. I really do. Why am I wearing blue, you ask? Good question. But I don't have a good answer. I just like the idea of color, so we're continuing on with it. The director of August Osage County, this lady, for which she won a Tony Award and a Drama Desk Award for, will be directing a Kaufman and Hart revival next season. It's called You Can't Take It With You. It's going to be at a theater that we don't know what is yet, but it's a play about this family when the daughter's fiancé brings in his very conservative family for dinner on the wrong night. And it's sort of like that. It's almost like, oh my gosh, crazy things happen. But it's really a sort of release from the craziness that's happening outside. Is that coherent? I really don't care because I'm wearing blue. My favorite color. Black. The color of licorice. And the color of my thing with sleeves. So I'm wearing black to talk about the Grammys. Not that I'm racist, but the Grammys were kind of dark and drab. It kind of gave you a headache if you watched them. So first, before the actual televised broadcast, West Side Story won Best Cast Album or Best Cast Recording. Go them! And then, like 20 minutes in to the show, Green Day and the cast of American Idiot, the show coming to Broadway and based on their album American Idiot, performed 21 Guns from their most recent album. It was amazing. And that girl from Passing Strange was in it. At some time I'll have a Passing Strange review, but she was in it, and she's the one with the big hair. I wish I had her hair. I mean, her hair is crazy. She was amazing. I can't wait to see it. I'm not really that big a fan of Green Day. I'm not really aware of them, really, as artists. But, oh my gosh. Have to see the show. That's really it. Interesting piece of news. A few months ago, like September-ish, Jerry Lewis told someone that they were working on a Nutty Professor musical. Now, not the Nutty Professor you may know with Eddie Murphy where he gets fat. No, the original Jerry Lewis actual movie, where he's this nerdy professor and he makes some potion type thing and becomes this cool guy. Cool for the 1960s, mind you. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming to Broadway October and November of this year, with him directing. Yay? In Australia, there was a production with Cate Blanchett of A Streetcar Named Desire, and I believe she played Blanche. And then it came to, I think, Kennedy Center, and then it came to, Brooklyn, or somewhere in New York. And people were thinking, ooh, it's gonna come to Broadway. It's gonna come to Broadway. And Cate Blanchett was saying, I'll come to Broadway if, I'll be willing to come to Broadway if the entire cast comes. But the director of the show, I believe, said that it wasn't coming, maybe because of scheduling issues. Instead, he's working on doing a multiracial show of A Streetcar Named Desire, which would go along the sort of lines of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, where several people starred in it, and it was an all-black cast. Anika Noni Rose, I believe, was in it, and another man, or a man, several men actually. I'm forgetting his name, but it doesn't really matter. James Earl Jones, I believe. Maybe. It was seasons ago. Nobody really cared. It went to the West End with some people from it. Anyway, a show of David Mamet's called A Life in the Theater, which is about an actor who sort of takes this new actor under his wings, but then he starts not liking. It's supposed to be coming to Broadway later this year. It was made in 1977, and it played off-Broadway for like 280-some performances. But it never came to Broadway. So, this should be considered its Broadway debut, but if it will be considered a new play, will be the thing for the Tony Committee to decide. Because they decided that Oleanna and After Miss Julie were going to be considered revivals, because they had been done before. So, in other news, transition maybe? In other news, on February 2nd, 2010, the revival recording of Minions Rainbow was released. The show closed on January 17th, but it lives on in this wonderful, beautiful recording. It really is beautiful. I bought it as soon as it came out. I've listened to it several times, and it's beautiful. It really is. It's sung beautifully. Though the way the songs are, I didn't really understand all of the plot. I knew, the basic general plot, but there were actual plot points that I didn't know. So I read descriptions, and some of them contradicted each other, or not really contradicted, but gave different details, so I meshed them all together, and I'm like, hey, I know what's going on now. And so it gives me an even better idea of what's happening. And so I recommend that if you had any inkling in wanting to see the show, which I did, it was the show that I wanted to see the most, even over Little Night Music, go buy it, because it is amazing. I bought it on iTunes for $9.99. There's 20 songs on it. If you buy an actual copy of it, you'll get liner notes from someone, a plot synopsis, which is necessary, in my opinion. I believe the lyrics as well, and production photos. So I'm sure it's a beautiful CD. I would love to have it, but I already bought it on iTunes because I couldn't wait. I felt very like, what the buck there. So, yeah. Go buy it, please. Because it should have lasted longer. So, support it. These are my post-its with my notes on. Remember, commit rape secretly. Wait, that's not right.